in for this one. Ah, can't write. And yeah, probably the engineering genius. What other wonders do we have? Library, run roads. And you can go Colosseum, Confucius. I'm fine with that. You would have gone Confucius, really? Library will come out. Could go for Shogun next turn. You're gonna have a pretty full hand with HA yellow cards. Maybe it would have been better to get a leader. But then you would have gotten... I mean, Colosseum and Engineering Genius isn't the best combo. Then we committed to Ashoka. Drunky, you wouldn't call PV4 strong. Interesting. I want to know the weakness that you found, apparently. Yeah, I have to say, not too happy with the start. Maybe I should have thought about that more. Just grabbing the Engineering Genius, maybe not the best. And maybe still fine. Can go for Shogun next turn. You didn't mean from player perspective, from in-game strength? Yeah, I mean, there's only one strength in this one. He's not strong. What was I saying? Sure, let's push. Free religion. I mean, trade routes is also pretty strong. There's also no Bach. Still pretty good, the religion. Yeah, but I think it's still... Agriculture, okay. What other leaders are there again? Suez Canal and no Cook, but Columbus, Marlene, Gaudi, Gutenbeest is here, but I guess Gaudi and Fleming as a combo. Okay, okay. So he can... First of all, he can also take the religion if he wants to. I'm interested. What do you guys think? Which one in general is stronger, the religion or the trade routes? I mean, if there's Joan of Arc and maybe Bach, definitely religion. But I think they are. You could also argue that the trade routes is strong. I next time probably want to finish the library. And then... Okay, we'll grab the urban growth. What a TTA answer, Weinbaum. It depends. It depends. Of course it depends. It always depends. What is this game? Why does it always have to depend? Why can't we get straight answers? I'm gonna go next time for Magic Castle, I think, so I can not use the Engineering Genius. Then I'm out of corruption. Then I really want to start producing some extra rocks. So I'm thinking drama here. It's not not easy. By leaving Zizka on 2. Yeah. I mean, the alternative is a warfare, but if I get Zizka, I don't need the warfare. And he also took the religion, yeah. Oh, you don't know the cards from name it. Yeah, that is confusing. There's a lot of cards you have to know by name. That is a problem for newer players. Especially the developments. I mean, you don't need to learn the name, but you... At some point you're gonna get which ones they are and what they do. And so we were discussing it's better to get the free religion, or if it's better to get the trade routes where you get 1 science, 1 food and 1 rock, which is a lot of stuff you get here. Like most of them give either 2 food or 2 rocks, but here you get 1 food, 1 rock and the science, which is kind of the most you get from the card. But then the religion gives you a free civil action as well, and 3 rocks, which is quite worth a lot. You thought they were called development of 2 food, development of 2 rocks, etc. No, I don't think they are. Hey NBA, welcome. Oh, would be funny. Development of population, development of science. I mean, that one is at least called how it is. Okay, well, so... He's not afraid. We have 2 cards in here. He's not afraid. Cultural influence, okay. So Magic Castle and Zizka. If I want to get out of corruption, I could build an extra warrior, but with Zizka. And no tactic with that needs extra warriors. But there's really no alternative, I think. I want to produce the extra food and rocks. Next turn finish the Magic Castle, can grab knights. Rebellion is playable, I think. We have drama to maybe play. Better than barbarians with Zizka. Nice, 1 more culture ahead with that awesome cultural influence, yeah. I mean, he might get Nostradamus, then the Call to Arms wasn't perfect, but it's going to be pretty late. It's going to be the next deck, so it will come out during H2 and then might be fine. It's not the biggest problem. Said barbarians, I heard barbarians, kind of the same thing, right? If you ever talk to a barbarian, I don't know, man. Need deposits. We could be rich soon. I guess only a German is allowed to say that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm not Bavarian, so a lot of my viewers are German. So hopefully none of them are Bavarian. Okay, iron for him. Come on, iron when there's new deposits. Some people are just... They just have intuition. Could go for the vast. I mean, there's also that Suez Canal. you're Austrian, it's kind of the same thing, right? But at least, I guess I shouldn't say more. 1 extra science, okay. I'm gonna keep having a Shoka. I mean, it's not like Zizka would do much. Where to go for Vast when I don't know if I get cartography? Because I'm thinking that I will get it. Also have the colonization card. You've just recently learned that there's quite a big bit of difference in the regions of Germany. Yeah, there's quite a big difference, you could say. You lived the first 2 months of your life in Bavaria, then good that you got out there, Weinbaum. Couldn't imagine. Weinbaum with a Bavarian accent. Oof, that was close. So next turn we could go for, yeah, Phalanx, just go for Zizka. And build 2 knights. And I hope I'm gonna get the cartography. I mean, I might not. Monarchy. He made it interesting, but yeah, we do get the cartography. Okay, I don't want to open that yet then. Why corruption? Just why? Why? Why are we so rich? Why do we have so many rocks that I built 2 knights and we still have corruption? And this is a possibility. On the other hand, this is also a possibility. Then he can't defend, we just go for the plunder, steal some food. The corruption doesn't matter too much. Alchemy, I don't like alchemies, you know me. Urban growth, that makes up for the corruption. Meet the dramas. I mean, we have another urban growth in hand, but I could just be civil action efficient, go for the drama. Having corruption versus PV4. Oof, oof, oof. What else did you guys say? Just had a chance on my work call to listen to Swiss German. Oh my, I didn't send anything, even though I learned a little bit of German in high school. I wouldn't understand a word of Swiss German. That is actually a completely different thing. I only went to Berlin and Aachen so far. That is a weird combo. Berlin and Aachen. I mean, Aachen, really? The map says your company's HQ is in Baden-Württemberg. Oh yeah, Baden-Württemberg has a lot of HQs. Why do you not like alchemy? It gives science, and science, as we found out last game, is something you don't really need. It's nice to have, but this early on, also it's not that much. So yeah. The current meta, for me at least, is very low science. And I'm fine with that. That you can manage with low science quite well. They're pretty expensive. 3 rocks to upgrade. It's not super cheap. Triggers emotions with the corruption. Maybe just resigns. Maybe. Christmas market, and it's very close to Belgium. Yeah, okay, that's, yeah, good. When you're from Belgium, of course, that makes sense then. I was just thinking, if you go to Berlin, it's not like Aachen is right next to it. Aachen was the center of the Holy Roman Empire, yeah. You remember that from the history lesson, yeah. I mean, Aachen is a pretty nice city. It's just not the first one that would come to mind when visiting, or the second one after Berlin. What do you guys think? Are we gonna get off a aggression? Yeah, we're gonna, right? Gonna steal his food. Lexicon and Aachen was the first city fall. That could happen, yes. Aachen's quite high up there. 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, there's a chance he can defend. But that would mean he has... How many colonization cards? 9? He only needs 2. But I would like to get those 2 out of his hand if there's vast territory. I could just play the rebellion though. And I can steal 1 food, a couple of rocks. Do I need that? I would have corruption then anyway, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, if I had 3 more stuff, I wouldn't have corruption. Yeah, with not having corruption, I can try this. I mean, I could even sacrifice. Like the warrior, I don't need those. I could just go for medieval army on the other hand. Definitely sacrifice. Yeah, I know, but it would be so cute. It would be a cute move, and it's successful anyway. Nice. Okay, we do that, and what else? It could be time for alchemy. But as I said, not a big fan. Yeah, sadly no food available. We would have been nice to steal more food. But I guess with the reserves we get 1 population out next turn anyway. I really don't want to go for alchemies, especially if we only can build 1. I guess I'm gonna lose the rich land and I can take 1 more into hand. We have the library after all. I'm gonna take this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iron doesn't matter. Swordsmen don't matter. So what's the difference? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's better to give him swordsman on 1. Because he can't take but 1 anyway. Kidnap? Kidnap, and he has the irrigation in hand. Okay, 1 science. There's a super early Cornmon. I mean, kidnapping the Cornmon, anybody? Anybody interested in seeing that? One science is also pretty clutch if we want to go for iron, yeah. Oh, I want to see the Cornmon. mean, first of all, he has to deny us for 3, but can't believe that skipping iron is an option. Everything is always an option, as we've learned already. Everything depends. I mean, he could deny the Conmon, go for 1 irrigation still. No, he will not touch the row. He will touch the row, so we had Conmon on 2. Nowhere near enough signs to play Conmon. Well, that's what revolutions are for. And now the aggression doesn't make sense. I can just play the rebellion. Blast. Yeah, this should be easily won. I would go up to 7, I guess. Like, if he has 2 colonization cards from H1, he just drew a new one. If he would win this for 1 swordsman, that would be horrible. I mean, of course he can. It's a dangerous position for him, and for us as well. But I'm fine with paying this. Or I would be fine paying this. Didn't have a lot of H1 defend cards, that's true. Didn't have 2 of them, right? So he makes us pay the 7, that's so well done. I mean, what is that bet then? Probably 2 swordsmen, 1 H1 and 1 H2 defend card. I mean, we still needed this colony. Okay, we're always gonna have corruption now, sadly, which is not ideal. I mean, we could get out of that. But not easily. I kinda wanna destroy something. I'm still gonna have corruption next turn if we go for the revolution though. But having two corruption is not really good. Let him deny the Conmon. I mean, I like the idea. Next on Robespierre with the Conmon, that is pretty good. Primacy is at 9 strength, so at this point it's never guaranteed that we can go for the Conmon. That we can steal the Conmon with aggression. Whereas he has an H2, so I'm guessing he has an H2 and H1 defend cards. That's already 6. So just eat the corruption. Against P4, of course. And then iron. And then next time we could go for Robespierre. No, we don't play this. Is Robespierre even good then? I'm not so sure about Robespierre with Conman. You only save 6 science. For your HT2 leader, that is not so big. That isn't that much. With Robespierre, you really want the Republic. And who else is there? Gaudi. Gaudi's culture production and saves science. Eiffel Tower for him, okay. And he had corruption as well. Is he allowed to do that? I guess I had it the wrong way. We save civil actions and not... Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, how would the turn with Robespierre look? We would get the breakthrough. So we save... We get some science back, kinda. And without Robespierre it would look like... I mean, not so eventful, like this. Keep some more strength, we would be still stronger, still producing a lot of culture. 2 culture. 2 culture now. I can go for Gaudi later, or even Watt. I mean, Watt could be an option. Yeah, it's too early for Robespierre. We don't need the MAs then. Thank you, Vlada. Oh, no science lost. Great. Thank you, Vlada, for that mobile artillery. That is a pretty good draw. I mean, you can finish the Eiffel Tower now, but we still have 8 culture production. It isn't far behind because of Nostradamus, mostly. Corrupted 3 times already. If I win this, P4 might be done with the game forever. I mean, he was so triggered, he had corruption himself. Not something you see too much before corruption. He takes the calf. Okay, no. This gets a lot of corruption. I need the breakthrough, cannon, pet. Can't play the reserves, sadly, but pet is nice. Don't want to give him that. So next turn I could either go for cannons or for iron. And finally no corruption. And the big advantage he has is the iron, especially. Also the irrigation, but we counter that a little bit with the vast. And we have the culture. Can play tactic? No, not yet. Okay, more colonization cards are great for the historic, I guess. There's Suez, could go for the vast. Game looks like it's heading towards how the first one did. Yeah, dramas and military. Nothing else needed, Humvee. Nothing else needed. We even have Marlene again. There's sewers. We could go for the sewers, definitely. That is something where we don't need science. It's something we have the vast. We really need population. The biggest problem would be corruption. We have -1 blue cube here, -1 blue cube here. We have no iron, so the production from sewers will put us always in corruption. A little bit of a corrupted sewers canal. Ravages of time. Lose that, we can lose... yeah, not a lot of science will be had this game, but that's no problem. As long as we get the cannon. And then maybe a wonder. Okay, I'll go to the toilet really quickly. Be right back. Okay, he's taking a little bit of time. I mean, he could take another one. He could go for the railroad. He will lose one happy face, so he has to think about a solution here soon. Making the historic pretty good for him, I would say. And he had colonization force of 7 last time. If we open this on our turn, we could go for 7 with Aurora. Yeah, probably just the 7. Would suck if he wins it. But if he has to go higher and needs another swordsman, that would be quite good. So yeah, I think we go to 7 with the warrior, and then we play the iconoclasm, of course. Cavalryman for him. And a tactic. So you might win this with the cavalryman, but then I guess that's okay. Nice, that's perfect. So there's 2 different options here. We could go for James Watt and coal, and then maybe later selective, or just sewers, and I think we're gonna go sewers canal. And then to get out of corruption, actual dog welder, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of time to finish the sewers canal actually. Unless, we can just build one stage to get out of corruption. That's nice. Then we research the cannon. Next time we can play the reserves. And almost finish. Take reserves, our hand is full, right? Yeah, we lost the library. I mean, I could destroy the Himeji Castle instead, but I don't want to do that. And we might win the international negotiations. Or can we even win them? No. Strongest from the weakest. And we are both. We are not both. We are stronger like this. Of course we are stronger and not weaker. Yeah, that's worth it. Losing a match is better. Oh, that is very interesting, but I don't know if I agree there. Losing a match is so bad, especially because I mean we don't really. I guess we still have the culture lead. We just say we don't need to go for military, just another drama at some point. I think this is a good solution though. Getting stronger this turn. If we destroy the imagery, we don't become stronger. Okay, war over territory is nice. And of course he wants to push, he's Nostradamus. How often do you use what? I find it very hard to make me work. Yeah, very, very rarely. What is not that great, especially in 2 players. I think in 3 and 4 you see him more often, but in 2 players you're gonna have iron most of the time, which already makes James Watt worse. And then, well, the biggest problem is either there's an early coal, then you can get that one, and later James Watt. But if there's James Watt before the coal, you can't really go for him. Because your opponent might just deny the coal, and then you have an H2 leader who's not doing anything. Now he's not pushing. Why is he not pushing? Does he also have some strength events, or did he... I mean, yeah, if we reveal the tactic, of course we wanna be stronger. Yeah, through the ages, AAA games is not about science anymore at all. At least not the way I play. Okay, he really wants to be stronger now as well. I think Maria is good. So like this we can finish next turn, that's perfect, right? Yeah. Oh, but we have to use the reserves. And then we don't get the ref. And we can't end the H, which is fine, he's not drawing H3 cards then. Sadly we are not stronger. So he can steal our rocks from the international negotiations. They're missing that one strength here. Don't have to switch. I don't have to switch, no. The rest still works the same. I guess it does. Then, I mean, potentially we miss out on quite some rocks. Iconoclasm is also in, that's true, that's true. That is a pretty good reason. Let me just wait this out. Sadly he's not weaker, but we also get the culture production. Is destroying a mine an option and get 2 cannons? It could be an option, but the premise I really need the rocks to finish Suez Canal next turn. That's what we are playing around here. guaranteeing that we can finish the Suez Canal. So we need the rocks for that. And we need to make sure that we don't lose the rocks from the international negotiations. So this is good. Oh, hello Autonomous. I mean Vast is pretty good with Maria, but Autonomous is also good, but costing even more blue cubes. I would have been the most happy about Inhabited too. I think that would have been the best here. Developed would have been fine. Which leader is he gonna go for? Catherine. Yeah, Vast might be better. In the extra blue cube loss is gonna give even more problems. And then with Maria, the Vast is pretty good. Because if we get the Autonomous, the 6 food is only 1 population. And the Vast is gonna be 1 immediately. Yeah, 1 immediately and then 1 in the turn after that. No. Yeah, sadly with the end of the age, it's gonna take some time with Maria, but probably still the move. And I mean, we have Konmon. We don't need more military actions. When we lose Shishka, they might be useful, but yeah, it's not like we are on despotism or bureaucracy. War from him, okay, and Catherine. War of attack. We don't have any technologies anyway. Let him steal that cartography. I want to push. There might be Iconoclasm, which would be perfect. So we're gonna play the... I mean, he's gonna win our cartography. So playing the Economic Progress to mess up wars. Not Independence. I guess this... Okay, at least we can decide to give him the science, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we increase before we go for Maria, if we even go for Maria. Definitely want to deny the military theory or grab wave. I mean, he's not going to play politics next turn. He wants to use Maria. Catherine. So then I elect and grab the wave. Wave is not much of a Maria card, is it not? I guess in a way it's not, yeah. On the other hand, next turn we could go for 2 cannons. Almost not spending any rocks. Then the question is, we have so many rocks anyway. I guess I could deny the military theory. Could go for that next turn. That is a very strong card. And it gives us a plausible reason not to go for Maria, and then there might be Iconoclasm. But he will have an uprising even if he goes for Catherine's ability. So might be forced into organized religion or something like that. Also he delays his railroad, he can't finish that this turn. So he's on 1 science production, we are on 1 science production. He steals our 3 science and the 3 he got before that. Okay, he has to go for organized religion. Grabs a wave, efficient upgrade. Alrighty. I don't think he has the science for a new government form, so I could play the input of government. Could also play... No, territories are not good anymore. To keep that in mind. Just play the input of government. Nice. Catherine, gone. I mean, at least he could use the ability, but still nice to have her gone. Revolutionary idea and perhaps reserves. Or 2 urban growths, but for what? We get 1 for drama. Reserves might just be better for the food. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets pet on 1, but that doesn't... I guess I could take this urban growth, but what do I do with the last one? Let's go for reserves. The national agreement. Yeah, you can use that. He has free hand space. Could take, I mean, either the United Nations or some yellow cards. I mean, reserves, but he still can't finish railroad this turn. Can't grab reserves and play. Oh, he can. He can grab the reserves with the international agreement, play them, and finishes railroad. Taking UN with Roman roads unbuilt. That would be a pretty good move by him. I don't think he's allowed to do that, yeah. EG also allows him... Oh yeah, EG would have also allowed that. Yeah, that was pretty nice for him, getting the international agreement here. And could I just go for Gandhi? And Marlene is definitely better. So let's see here. No one can use Fleming or Bill Gates or Marie Curie or Sid Meier. So there's only Marlene and Gandhi really. I mean, okay, I could... No, I can't really go for computers. It takes a couple of turns and we have no time, so could just go for Gandhi. Doesn't feel like Railroad allows him to win the game. Would have looked at computers more. SP4. Yeah, he also has the one big problem that he doesn't have a leader. And I don't think he's gonna go Gandhi. And then... Yeah, computers would allow for some good things here. The question is, what does he do with his science? He has the 12 science. That's not gonna become a lot more unless he really goes for the computers. Yes, he could go for 1 multimedia, but not this turn. So if this turn goes for the railroad, there's gonna be only a couple of turns left. And then we don't have the greatest one. The internet isn't good for either of us. United Nations is going to be gone. Then we have Man Project, which doesn't give culture for anyone here really, and Empire State. So could end in a big fight around the Empire State, where he could get the Engineering Genius. But he has a really full hand, so he has to finish the railroad this turn. But it looks like he's not sure if he wants to do that here. Problem with not finishing the railroad is he can't grab a new wonder, so if the Empire State shows up, he can't grab it unless the age is over. So yeah, not such an easy position for him, I would imagine. What impact can we play? Not this one, not this one, no, not really. Unless we get like egg, but not next turn. Okay, it will finish it, okay. I guess there's always the territories I could play. Yeah. Not play at all. We have no colonization cards, I don't really want to do that. Take the engineering genius because, as we said, Empire State is going to be the one that you choose, and engineering genius helps with that. It's going multimedia, yeah, multimedia 1 next turn. I could deny it. That's always an option. Also, I don't have to play Gandhi this turn. But I guess I can. He gives culture. And if he doesn't get the multimedia, what does he do with his turn then? It would be pretty good for him to just go multimedia. So maybe just denying it. He has no urban buildings to go for culture. Fundamentalism is out. And I don't have enough blue cubes for Empire State without. That's also true. Yeah. So maybe just don't go for a wonder. Is an option. Or just deny it. I mean, he has promised taking that. He doesn't get any culture from Manhattan Project. There's not going to be a war because there's no military actions. And then there's Empire State, which he can't take immediately. And we can then deny. That's the goal here. There's Empire. He still has a pretty full hand. Some of these cards are not easy to use. Like Efficient is easy to use, just upgrade the religion. There's movies, but he can't grab, develop, increase pop, and build a movies. There's also no... I mean, there's Fleming for the movies and Mali. Okay, there are leaders for the movies, but they are not shown up. So the iconoclasm worked out perfectly here. Because he lost his leader early on. We got our replacement, or we didn't even lose ours, and then we still got a good one for ourselves. And he's still going without. Next turn we will have to deny the Empire State, probably, because that is pretty good for him. Got strength, food, rocks, and science he can do easily as well. Do we actually not have enough blue cubes? No. That's quite funny. What do we even do next turn with our resources? That is a really good question. Yeah, computers for him, okay. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of leaders for computers, so that makes sense. Also enabling the Manhattan Project for him. But this probably means we win the Input of Culture. Big corruption turn coming up. I can feel it. I mean, actually, what? I guess reserves are pretty good here. I mean, if we get the civil service, we might have enough blue cubes to finish the Empire State. We have to deny that anyway. That's actually economic progress. This is... At least we will get something from the economic progress. I mean, he gets 6, we get a 1. Nice. Full 1. Oh, Sid Meier. Yeah, Sid Meier probably means we lose the input of culture. I was thinking he's gonna go... Yeah, I had the wrong leaders in mind. I thought there was Einstein instead of Sid Meier. That's not perfect. I mean, who knows? Maybe we reveal that before he gets all of his culture. But I guess he might grab Sid Meier, play him, destroy a swordsman and build a religion. Gives him 6 extra culture production. Actually, there's no way we ever finish this Empire State, right? We have 12 rocks, we need 5 more. We would need the Empire, the Engineering Genius, so there's that. And then we would finish this for 7 culture, so there's not an option. So I guess movies could be the option for us. Play Revolutionary Idea, go for movies. And then we can spend our rocks and also get better in the input of culture. Yeah, probably the input of culture is problematic here. Definitely shouldn't have played that. At least wait a little bit longer to play that. Played the variety perhaps. 14 culture to 13. Oh, we can just upgrade, doesn't even... Yeah, I need to take... Oh no, I don't need to take more cards necessarily. This way we can't upgrade this next turn. But I don't think there's a good way around that. Because of that stupid food. If we didn't have this food, then corruption would be a lot easier. But like this, I mean, there's also the civil service, which is good for a bit of culture. But we need more culture production. I mean, we have agriculture and balance, so the food is not needed anymore. He can't go for an aggression, so goodbye knight. But then we don't get the movies anyway. He just builds another computer. But this is good for input of culture and government. as well as variety a little bit. Big question, what do we do next turn? The media instead of movies. As we said, this can go away. This gives us more for this turn. And then we have 6. Oh, we have 11 for next turn. Could be another multimedia. And then we could grab Revolutionary Idea for the potential civil service. Also ending the age so he doesn't draw. Yeah, that doesn't sound bad. We even have enough for military theory, so even if we don't get the civil service, if government doesn't come out, we can still go for theory. No defend card. We don't need the defend card. Not possible. Okay, okay. Tech. And he might also go for civil service here. He could grab civil service, develop that, yeah. But we have quite the lead. And I don't think he can win the culture. Because we can just build another multimedia. That was actually quite clutch, Sandwell. I didn't see that play. So sometimes chat is pretty nice to have. I mean, I can't say if it would have been close. It really depends on his impacts. But we have a lead. He can take movies too. Yeah, he can take movies and build 1. Then he's at 18. Then we don't open and build 1 multimedia. Then he can't play 1 again. So that's kind of the thing. I mean, if it all depends if Input of Culture is revealed now, of course we win it. If he gets more culture this turn, then we don't play and get more culture than him again. In the end, he could win it, yes. If he goes for 2 movies in total. But he doesn't have the population. I mean, he can destroy it, of course. And then there's no impacts gonna be played. He doesn't play any, we don't play any. And then I think our culture lead should be enough. Also, I think the worst impacts are not in our hand, actually, that we have. Competition is fine. Yeah, competition is fine. Progress, fine. He doesn't have a good one. Okay, let's see. He does go for the civil service and movies for next turn. Okay. Okay, might be competition. So he's at 6, no, he's at 17, we're at 16, so he can't play. And it might be harmony, right? So a knight can go. Wonders, can't do anything about that. Progress, we did do something about that. Population, nothing. Callings, nothing. Government is in. Architecture doesn't do anything. About strength, we doing that. Actually, about strength could mean we should destroy something else. Because there's, yeah, we have the harmony here anyway. We have enough civil actions. Architecture, strength, happiness. Happiness is fine. Science, harmony and culture. Science, we can't win anyway, so we can destroy the lab. We have a variety. Maybe he has no impact if he didn't play last turn. If yes, maybe seeding is fine. I mean, maybe seeding is fine, but do we need to risk it? And it's a question if it's a risk or not, but also there's only 1/3 of a chance for the import of culture to come out this turn, but we don't get our theory out either. Yeah, that's also an argument. No theory for the government. We would lose culture, we would be worse off in government. And do we have any good impacts? No. Ah, then not. It's government, not culture. Damn. He's gonna go for movies and win culture. Damn, then he has 3 impacts and our culture. If that's science and strength, which he could win. No, he can't win strength. If he goes for movies as well. Oh, he has patriotism, then he can. Damn, if we lose this, then it's probably because the input of culture that I played that too early should have been. That should have been the input of variety. This could be a very close finish, could also be not a close finish at all. Depending on his impacts. Okay, so definitely made it for a very interesting game, no matter the results, but he gets 20 production. We have 30 culture lead, that is doable for him. It's definitely doable, but how likely is it? So he's gonna win strength if it is that. No, it's not strength. Harmony? Harmony. So it's not strength, I think then we should be fine. Science. Happiness. 12 to 16. I think we got this. Culture makes it close, but then the last one should be, you know, architecture. 9 to 16. Oh no! Nah! God damn it. It was architecture. Wow. Damn. Oh, crazy. Yeah, the architecture. Yeah, the embed of happiness, the embed of culture, that was the problem. That was a small mistake, a quickly done mistake. But with if I had played the variety instead, we wouldn't have had that problem this whole game. Playing variety at the end would have won it. Would have? Not necessarily. Maybe. Yeah, when he got Gandhi, it did look pretty bad for him. But then we did him the favor and played Input of Culture. Yeah, every impact was improved on his last turn, but that was still... I mean, in retrospect, yes, of course, with knowing that it's not the Input of Culture on top, but if the Input of Culture was on top and he had opened that during his turn, that would have been a 20 culture swing. So, yeah, there was a third of a chance for that to happen. Then we would have won by 20. Well, before remaining the Nemesis, we beat him recently. But yeah, great game, great game. That's a game to think about. That small mistake of being too sure, not checking again if he could beat us in culture. That was just way too early. I mean, I was at like 10 culture production, he was at 7, and I was saying, sure, I'm gonna win the Inbit of culture. But I guess I completely forgot about Sid Meier. I thought, okay, he goes for computers, then he's not gonna get a lot of culture, which would be true if he didn't get the 9 from Sid Meier, so yeah. Played that too fast, should have been a bit of variety, and that would have done it, but like this, well played Weinbaum, well played PV4. You probably as well, Weinbaum, but well played PV4. And we lose some puntos. How many? 93. That's fine. That's an okay amount of puntos to lose. We are still doing okay. But yeah, what a crazy game. Thank you guys very much for watching that one. That was a ton of fun. Not quite the result that I would have liked, but still. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. This will be all for today. And yeah, have a nice rest of your week. Hopefully for you as well, it's the last full week before Christmas, so next week is going to be a little bit shorter for most people, I would imagine. So yeah, thank you guys very much, and see you next time.